So here we are again, and we're going to be talking about dictionaries in this one. So I created a simple dictionary here called departments, just like our last list tutorial. As you can see here, we have some numbers. You see 2201, 2202, 2203, 2204. So I'm just assuming that those are ID numbers of these students. So this student is Davis, this one is John, Michael, and all this. Just know that these values are not fixed. You can just change this to anything and you can just play around with it. Anyways, so for this example, I'm going to have this, and if I want to print one of them, let's just try that. So if I want to get probably Michael, I've showed this before, but I'm going to show it again. I'm going to do dipped, like department, square brackets, and I'm going to pass in the key of Michael. So that's 2223. So now each value in every dictionary has a key. So now this key is like the second variable I told you. Remember when I said dictionaries are basically a variable that has variables inside? Yes, this variable inside here, 2201, is called a key. So if I want to access Davis, I'm going to do 2201. And if I just run this, hopefully you're going to see Davis, oh sorry, Michael down here because it's 2203. So now this is just the tip of what you can do with dictionaries. Dictionaries are completely vast and it's just really nice to use. So for example, let's say Jerry drops out of school and he's no longer in the department. So what you can do if you want to like assign a new person to Jerry, what you can do is just say depth, and inside here I'm going to give that ID number. So that's 2204. 2204, we want to assign it to somebody else. So we can just say equal to and whatever the person's name is. As usual, I'm going to use Kate, and we're just going to run this, and hopefully, oh my god, oh sorry, we have to print department here. We're going to run this and you're going to see 2204 is now Kate. If I just remove this from here, copy this out and put it in here inside this print statement, and you see that this value is actually inside the dictionary. So if I put something like a 7, you can see that we don't have any 2207 in here. So if I run this, you're going to see it's going to give us an error. So to avoid this error, I'm going to show you, as you can see here, key error 2207. Anyways, since we can't access 2207, it may be a barrier because later on, if we are like doing this for production purposes, we don't want errors to be popping up in the user screen or no. So what we can do is we can do department.get, and it's going to return the value you're looking for if the value is actually there. If it's not there, it's going to return a none. So I'm going to just put in 2207, or let's just 2207. If I run this, you can see we return a none and no error. So it's just going to tell you, oh, there's nothing like that in here. And I'm sorry I didn't talk about this non-value data type in the beginning, but a none is just essentially nothing. Just count it as like it's not a data type, like it's just nothing. I don't know how to explain that more than that. But anyways, we have a none. But if the value is there, something like 2202, and we run it, you can see it's going to give us John because the value is actually there. There are many other things you can do, as I usually say. If you press a dot, you're going to see mostly everything you can do. You can see the pop key, and pop basically you just passing the key you want to pop out, like the key you want to remove. So you can just say 2203, 2203, and if I hit shift F5, you see it prints Michael, but it actually removed it from the list, sorry, from the dictionary. So if I put this here and I just print out department again, shift F5, you can see Michael is no longer present in here because we popped it out. If you want to get the person you actually popped, you can just say person equals to this, and you can just say department comma no longer has comma person. So if I run this, you can see this department no longer has Michael. I recommend you just play around with all this. So another thing I want to tell you is dictionaries don't allow duplicate values. So if we have something like 2201 here, we can't have a 2201 here. As you can see, it already highlights it for us. If we run this, you get to see that Davis is being replaced by Jerry. As you can see here, 2201, because like Jerry is the second one we put. So it's basically just overwriting it. So with all that done, I think you should understand everything, basically everything that is going on with departments. So hopefully, I guess you should know how to get your hand around dictionaries. I think just the basics for now. And also, I want to say you can make dictionaries more complex than this. You can have a dictionary inside the dictionary. I'm gonna be like name, colon, and just give this here. So this is going to look something like this. Hopefully you don't get confused. So if I have departments, say if I want to print that name of 2201, what I'll do is in here I'll just put 2201 here, and outside the square brackets again I'm going to put a name. Yeah, so if I run this, you're going to see it's going to output Davis because we got the first variable and checked inside that variable again to see the value Davis. So there are many things you can do here. You can also add an age to this person. And honestly, when I was quite a beginner programmer, this is what I was using for my databases. It's not like it's wrong, but it's just not an ideal way to do it. And the last thing I want to say is make sure you have these commas beside every item in your list because that thing really messes people up. And even if you don't have a comma, it's going to show you like a red line here. So you can hover around that and it's going to show you exactly what you need. As you can see, comma expected. So you just put a comma there to fix the error. So I think that should be all for dictionaries. Stay tuned because in the next